Hey everybody, it's Tim at Broken Dice bringing you a quick little channel update. Got another unit done for my Normans in Sicily and Southern Italy done. These guys are going to represent like some Lombard levies and that sort of thing that work the land for the pesky Normans. Um, these are gripping beast miniatures. They're all right, like them. Very, very serviceable miniatures. I got a deal on several boxes of them, and so I just went ahead and gobbled them up. And so, but the next set of Normans and the rest of them, they'll all be like maybe some Victrix and some other, maybe pick up some metal miniatures or something. So these guys are, I have no problem with them. I gave them all the round shields and stuff like that, so you can differentiate on the table kind of visually what's a Norman force compared to a like an allied force. Except for one guy, he's got the kite shield. He's basically he's the Normanized sort of local leader. So yeah, I had fun putting them together. Now, what I did differently on these guys and what I've noticed, and you guys leave a comment down below if you've noticed this as well. With this, what we call it, like a scale creep, with the more robust miniatures and the much more dynamic poses. Like back in the old days, it was easy to put 4 minis on a 40 millimeter base and that sort of thing. What I find now is it's kind of awkward for a lot of poses and stuff for these miniatures because they're a little bit more dynamic and individualized and stuff. And what I'm talking about is guys like, let's see, as you can see, like this guy here kind of has his arm down and out a little bit. Kind of awkward to place him in, like this guy here too. He's kind of got that arm kind of low, like he's bringing the spear up. Makes him a little bit more challenging to put on that 40 millimeter base. I found this true with the Celts as well. They worked better on a 50 millimeter base, a little bit more open. It's like, just like with your Romans can be like on 40s or even on individuals, 20s or 25s, that it looks all right. But when you start cramming these more dynamic models on a 40 millimeter base, it gets tricky just trying to get them all to fit. So I went with 50s, and I don't know, I like the look. Now, I had a couple of extra minis, so like, where am I at here? Oh yeah, this base, sorry, my big hand in the way, and this base here, they each have like 5 models on it. And I think that looks okay. Cramming a 6th model onto that 50 base would be, I think it would be quite challenging unless it was a very static, pose where the weapon is maybe he's like just standing there at like a guard position with a shield tight and a spear straight up or something. No more dynamic than maybe this guy here and his positioning, his pose, let's say. Yeah, I kind of like this 5 on 50. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. I'm kind of liking this, especially like when you've got like kind of more open, like levy troops that aren't really that good. They could represent that more of a hodgepodge look of a base. But got those guys done. Let me pause it here and I'll get out the the next thing that I got done. Yeah, the next thing I got done were the tents from Rendra. I got these from Warlord Games as well. I think it'll be a fine piece for like a camp or something. They have them like as Saxon, early Saxon tents or something like that. But I think tents like this, you could easily put them in different time periods and stuff. They're kind of ubiquitous, kind of a item on a tabletop. Yeah, I put them all on like little individual bases. That way I could use as many of them or as few of them as I want. They went together really easy. Kind of just something just real simple and smooth, and you kind of see kind of a scale wise they're pretty good. And like maybe two man tents or 3-man tents. Maybe, you know, like if you're having a camp, it can be just representative of a much larger place. Added a little fire pit there. Let me take these guys off. Added just a little bitty fire pit, you know. But yeah, that was the second part of my little project I got done for this time period. So that brings us to the end of this video. Hope you guys like it. Like I said, I guess I should tell you, I use all my P3 paints, my Vallejo paints, and some speed paints, and the stuff from Citadel. What do they call that stuff? I can't remember. There's so many of those different kinds of paints. You know, and I got the LBM transfers on them. Those look absolutely fantastic. Like I said, yeah, you can't go wrong putting those LBM transfers on your miniatures, man. They just give it that extra little oomph on the table. I'd hate to have to try to, you know, like back in the old days, paint shield designs on there and stuff like that. Oh gosh, it would have been awful. All right, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope all your projects are going well, and I am going to get to work on assembling and getting ready to paint some of the Norman Knights. All right, everybody stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time.